boys must be hard of hearing. I told them others, and I'm telling you, we're closed.
Oh, come on, Jake. Can't you make a little exception, just for us?
Yeah, for us and our 6 pals.
Hey, why are you boys giving me a hard time? I told you I just want to go fishing.
And I told you we're just going fishing ourselves. Only we're going to sit right here and wait for the big one to come to us.
And he ought to be coming real soon. Well, why don't you just go ahead and go fishing there, Jake? We'll mind the store.
And well, help yourselves to what you want. You know where I'll be.
Got it now.
Cody? Cody, you in here? Cody! Doesn't make a lot of sense. Man asked me to meet him here, and then he doesn't show up.
Well, if it ain't our old pal Clint. Fancy meeting you here.
Tonight, if you suffer from severe headaches, find out new ways to get rid of them on 2020.
This is Joan London.
And Charles Gibson.
Next week, Michael J. Fox talks about his role in Bright Lights, Big City.
Plus a look behind the scenes of TV's 30.
Viki?
In the library, Bo.
You know, I swear Asa has always been the most stubborn man that I've ever known. But he's always prided himself on his common sense and his ability to read people. Those things are both gone now. He's in his own little world, you know, just away from everybody. When I try to bring him to his senses, he flat refuses to listen to me.
Oh, I just don't think he's gotten over Clint's death. No one in our family has.
I know, I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. I mean, I know that I, for one, should pull myself together, but I seem to be totally unable to face reality. I admire you. I think your strength is remarkable. I really wish that Asa and I could adjust as well as you, but we can't. It's just not possible. I think, well, I'm going to ask you to be a little bit more patient with both of us.
Well, we all have to find our way to deal with our grief in our own way. And I appreciate that, but Viki, Asa is headed down a road right now for nothing but sorrow and pain that he's never even known. You are the only person that can help me save him.
Well, if it ain't our old pal Clint. Fancy meeting you here.
Hold it, Clint.
Seems like you ain't so smart after all.
Smart enough to know 2 sidewinders when I see them. What have you done with Cody?
You really oughtn't to believe everything that you read. You know that note you got from the old-timer? Wasn't from Cody.
You said it.
I sure did. And you went for it like a tenderfoot goes for fool's gold.
You know, you had the whole town believing you was some kind of genius or something. Hell, you almost had me fooled. You don't know how much pleasure I get watching you fall for the oldest trick in the book.
All right, hands up over your head. Real easy like.
Here's what to do when you don't find the rainbows in this time. Here's where you go when it looks like the rain won't end. Don't cry. I'll give you tomorrow. Let me be the one to share it with. And each day that follows, 'cause we only have one life to live.
Burrito, check him out. Make sure he's not carrying any surprises with him.
He's on us now.
Fine. Now, get him ready.
Ready for what?
All in good time. First little lesson in history. You know, before you came along, me and Laredo were Buck's top hands. He trusted us. Anything he wanted done, we did it. Then you started putting ideas in his head, like law and justice.
Sooner or later, he was bound to figure out that a man's problems aren't all handled by gunplay.
This is the West, mister. Out here, a man gets double-crossed, he don't expect no apologies. Because it's kind of hard for a dead man to say, I'm sorry.
So you brought me out here to get a little revenge, is that it?
He's picking up on this real quick, ain't he, Laredo?
Well, maybe you ain't such a fool after all.
I never double-crossed you, Deal.
Now, Buck turned his back on us and run us out of town like a couple of dogs with their tails between their legs. Now, I think it's all your fault. So that makes you #1 on our list of people to get rid of.
He ran you out of town because you tried to shoot me in the back like the coward you really are.
I was protecting my boss. That's all. And look what good it did me, huh? Well, you're gonna pay for it, cowboy. And the rest of your pals are next on the list. Right, Laredo?
That's right, Mr. Cody Vasquez. But first, the almighty Buck Buchanan.
Oh, what on earth are you talking about?
Talking about his involvement with this woman that he's about to marry.
Renee? They've always gotten along beautifully.
I know that he genuinely cares about her, but as far as I'm concerned, this lady is moving way too fast.
Oh, they've been seeing each other for months.
I was over there at the mansion today. He's got everything, all our ledgers all laid out there, explaining Buchanan Enterprises to her. Now, she's just taking it all in, you know, just as fast as he can dish it out.
Oh, Bo, I really don't see any harm in her showing an interest in his company.
I know, but it's more than just that, Viki. It's this hold that she has on him.
Bo, your father loves her, and she loves him.
You don't hide things from the person that you love.
But Asa knows about her past.
Not about her being married to a very rich man who was about twice her age and who died about a year after their wedding.
Where on earth did you hear a rumor like that?
It's not a rumor. I had John Russell investigate her background.
How could you do such a thing?
Viki, I'm not saying that I'm proud about what I did. I did it because I care about Asa. Now, you said yourself that he was hit real hard by Clint's death. And then all of a sudden, when this Renee starts hovering around like some buzzard, now I'm not going to just sit by and watch her take advantage of his vulnerability.
Does Asa know?
Yeah, he knows about it. I explained what John had found about her past, and I tried to talk him into just, you know, slowing down on these marriage plans. He told me to mind my own business. Just quit interfering with them.
But she's always been so good for him. I cannot imagine her deceiving him like that.
Yeah, but the big problem here is that he has become so dependent on her. He's practically turned his whole life right over to her. Now, when you think about this woman's past with a wealthy husband...
Bo, look, now that he knows about it, I'm sure he'll handle it.
Yeah, but what if he doesn't? What if he doesn't come out of his grief until one day when he realizes that all of a sudden she has a toehold on him that he just can't shake loose?
Bo, I don't know. I don't have the answers to your questions. I'm sorry.
I shouldn't be dragging you into another crisis.
No, look, I will support you in every way that I can. I guess today I can't deal with it today. Sarah was showing me some pictures earlier of her trip to Greece, and there was some photos of Clint mixed in with them.
Damn, Vic. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's all right. I'll live.
Listen, I'm supposed to meet someone, but if you need my company, I can always stay here with you.
Oh, this is between Clint and me.
All right. You take it easy, okay? Don't expect miracles.
I know. Thank you.
Make sure he's tied up nice and tight, huh? Wouldn't want no granny knot spoiling our plan for us.
There's no problem, Deal. You ain't gonna get out of Lowe's.
I sure am glad I held on to this handy souvenir. Well, I've been wanting to use this again for a long time. You know the last time I used this? I killed an engine. Of course, had to kill another engine before that just to get a hold of it.
Figures. I always did have you pegged right from the beginning as being a fella that didn't have a whole lot of respect for human life.
Ooh. If I'd known you was in a preaching mood, we'd have set you up on a soapbox before we tied you up.
You're not gonna get away with this. Blaze knows where I am.
Yeah. And she thinks you came out here to meet Cody. But by the time they figure it out, you ain't gonna be in any condition to set the facts straight on it, huh?
They'll think the Indians got a hold to you. Buck will never suspect that he's next on our list.
Any last requests?
Yeah. To see you rot in hell.
You're making this a real pleasure for me. Say goodbye to the nice gentleman, Laredo.
Adios, stranger.
I'll tell you, Jenny, what you did for those little ones yesterday was just downright special. I'll tell you, they haven't had such decent teaching in, well, since this side of never.
I must say I found it positively exhilarating, looking down into those eager little faces, answering their very many questions.
Howdy, Miss Blaze.
Hi, Petey. Can we have a pot of tea and some cakes?
Sure, ma'am.
Thank you. Well, I'll tell you, a half a dozen parents have stopped me on the street today just to tell me how excited the children were when they got home from school yesterday.
Oh, we had a few hours together, Blaze. That was hardly school.
But it could be. Jenny, I mean, think of it. Just helping all those youngsters enriching their minds.
Blaze, I know the joys of education. That's why I became a teacher in the first place.
So why don't you just stay on and make a difference where it counts the most? I mean, I just can't imagine St. Louis needing you more than we need you here.
Blaze, it's just not that simple. I am bound by a contract that I must honor. And besides that, I need to live in a big city. I like the people and the excitement.
And a chance to hide where you will not be found. Thank you. Now, I know that Buchanan City is not the most exciting place in this country. I mean, Lord knows this is the fanciest restaurant we have to offer, and it's not very likely that you'll be seeing a performance of the magic flute hereabouts. But, oh, Jenny, we do have something here that St. Louis just hasn't got.
What's that?
That's Clint Buchanan. Now, around these parts, most women would consider him a real catch.
But he is a married man.
He has also been influenced by the frontier life. And lots of times, these wives, they just desert their husbands and head back east.
And what if his wife decides to return to him?
No, I think Clint has resolved himself to the fact that that's not going to happen.
You know, as infuriating as that man can be at times, there's an incredible underlying sadness there. It just breaks my heart.
He's a good man, Jenny.
I wish I knew more about him, Blaze. I wish I knew more about men, period.
Oh, honey, what's there to know? They're rough and tough on the outside, and deep down, honey, they need to be loved and cared for, same as you and me.
I don't know. I think maybe it is too late for me. Randolph was such a long time ago. My life has taken a totally different turn since then. How can I possibly place all my hopes and my dreams into the hands of a man who may never be free?
Well, honey, I know this may just sound a little corny, but I think that you've just got to follow your heart and hope for the best.
Nice shot, Deal. Little high, though.
Yeah. Oh, guess I'm a little rustier than I thought.
Well, here, why don't you try again? Picture a big old bullseye right over his heart.
Yeah, good idea. No, can't do it.
What, you going loco on me?
Well, look at it. Suffering and pain and misery. Why put him out of it, huh? He never did nothing for us. Let's just let him die real slow-like.
I like the way you think, Deal. Too bad we can't hang around and watch.
Yeah. It'd be a real shame to ruin our plan by getting caught. Hey, let's get out of here.
Hold on. What about the Dawson brothers? They're supposed to meet us here after they go to Eagle Pass.
I'm way ahead of you. I already wrote them a note. Tell them to take what they need here and meet us all out there.
I think they'll find it right here.
Plain as day. What are you doing?
Yeah, I just want to make sure our friend in there stays put.
Just the thing to take your mind off men for a while. I bought me a new necklace, and I'm just dying to show it off.
Oh, I would dearly love to see that.
Yes, I ordered it through this new company in Chicago, the R.W. Smith Watch Company.
I have seen their catalogs.
Yes. Well, I just think that someday we're going to be able to order whatever we want from a place like that.
Oh.
Yes, I do. Come on. I got it locked up in the safe over at the saloon. Oh, afternoon, May.
Blaze, Miss Jenny.
Hello, May. I hope Buddy is recovering from his illness.
Oh, his fever's gone down, but he was just sick about missing your classes yesterday. His little school friends came over last night, and they said you were wonderful. Said you made learning fun.
Well, I am delighted that the children enjoyed themselves.
Well, May, I was just taking Jenny over to the saloon to show her a new piece of jewelry that I bought. You care to join us?
Oh, I'd love to, but... Well, I guess if I kept my eye on the time, Cody's going to be coming by to pick me up. We need to do a little shopping for some supplies before we go out to the Robinsons' barn raising.
Barn raising?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I thought he was over at the Desperado Cafe in Lawless.
Well, Blaze, why would you think he's there?
Well, a while ago, an old-timer came in with a note for Clint. It was from Cody, asking Clint to meet him at the cafe.
Oh, no, that just must be some kind of mix-up because Cody's out at the Robinsons, and so are just about all the other men in town. In fact, Clint's going to come out there and meet us later on.
But don't you find this a bit odd?
Well, I don't think there's anything to fret about, Jenny. I think it's just a simple mix-up.
Yeah. But didn't you say that an old-timer came here with a note?
Well, yeah, he came in a while ago, and I mean... Oh, speaking of, there he is right now. I mean, you might ask him for yourself.
I think I will. Would you excuse me?
Sure.
I will see you. Excuse me, sir. I was hoping perhaps that you could help me.
Well, who are you?
Oh, my name is Virginia Fletcher.
Please, Miss Fletcher, please. People call me Cat Pappy. Tell me, what can I do for you?
Well, I understand you delivered a note here a while ago.
Yeah, sure did. To a fella named Clint. Oh, a fine gentleman. Nice tipper, too. Gave me a whole silver dollar score. Of course, that long lost. Desert has a way of making a man lose his parched throat.
I see. Well, I'm afraid I cannot afford a silver dollar, but perhaps this would suffice?
That should suffice just fine.
Would you be able to tell me, please, who gave you the note? Was it a very handsome young man with black hair and a mustache?
Yeah, he was a mean, tall hombre.
Did he give you his name?
Name is Deal. Hold on, Miss Fletcher. I mean, don't get taking the notion to try to help Clint. Don't do it.
Oh, but he's falling right into a trap. I must go and save him before it's too late. Clint, is that you?
Yes, Viki, it's me.
Oh, my God. You died weeks ago.
I know that's what you believe. And I can sense the pain you're feeling. And I'm sorry about that. I'm very sorry.
Oh, it doesn't matter, darling. You've come back to me, and to the children.
I can't stay, Viki. I just had to see you one more time to say goodbye.
No, don't leave.
The choice is not mine, and it's not yours. Viki, you've always been my courage and my strength. I need that from you now, as well as your love.
No, darling, please don't do this to me. My life is nothing without you. I cannot bear the emptiness. I'm not strong or brave. I'm frightened and I'm lonely.
Don't be frightened. Don't be frightened. Just hang on to our love. It will be forever.
Please don't go. I have so many things to say to you.
All I need to know is that you love me, and that you'll always love me.
Of course
course I do. You know that. You know that I'll always love you, but I need you so.
Kiss the kids for me. Give them my love. And help them understand.
Please don't leave me.
I love you, Viki. I love you.
Clint!
Viki, I got wonderful news. Viki?
Sarah, when did you come in?
Just a minute ago. Are you all right?
Did you see him?
Who?
He was standing right there.
I didn't see anybody.
He was standing right there, and I talked to him. I saw him.
Viki, who are we talking about?
Clint! Clint was standing right there. I was talking to him. When I reached out to touch him, he disappeared.
Viki. Clint's dead.
No! No, he's not, Sarah. He said that's what we believe.
But we found his body in the desert weeks ago.
How do we know that that was really him?
Viki, when I came in here, your eyes were closed. I think you were dreaming.
No. No, Sarah, don't tell me it was a dream, because I know what I saw. He's alive. I feel it. Somewhere, somehow, he's alive, but he's in trouble. He needs my help. I have to find him. I have to save him, and I will not let him down this time.
Viki, you have got to stop torturing yourself. Don't you see what you're doing? You're blaming yourself for Clint's death.
I should have been there. I could have stopped him.
Oh, come on. You can't think like that. Clint was determined to prove something by going off on that ride. He would have done it even if you had been there. And besides, you can't go back to the past and change something that's already happened.
Sarah, it wasn't a dream. It was like a cry for help.
Viki, I know that you have had a tremendous struggle with this thing, but somehow you have to try to let go of all your pain and your suffering, and you have to live your life. There's so many people that depend on you, the children and Asa and Cord. They all look to you for strength and for courage.
I know they do. And maybe you're right. Maybe it was a dream, but I have to know for sure. Will you promise me something, please?
Of course.
Please don't mention this to anyone.
Okay.
Thank you. I have to make a phone call.
Viki, are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay. Look, I'm going to be upstairs if you need me.
Thanks. Did I see a ghost? Or is it possible that he's still alive someplace? I mean, why was Clint talking to me about his coming death? Did I imagine all this?
Well, from what you've told me, let me assure you that many people have had a similar experience.
Then it was not my imagination.
Not at all. You see, when someone dies, they move on to another plane.
That's what Clear Eyes told me.
Clear Eyes?
Clear Eyes is the chief of an Indian tribe in Arizona. A member of his tribe took me to see him when we were still searching for Clint. But he told me that Clint had crossed the border to another time and another place.
Some people refer to it as limbo. In any case, it's a sort of spiritual plane of consciousness. From there, the soul seeks its final resting place.
So you're saying that Clint has not yet found true peace?
His appearance would seem to reinforce the theory. Probably he's being kept in limbo by someone who is reaching out to him.
And that person is me?
Perhaps. Would you like to try to contact him?
Well, what would I say to him? I mean, what does he need from me?
He needs to know what's in your heart. Whether he stays or leaves is entirely up to you.
Yes, all right.
Now, concentrate on Clint's face. Try to see him and feel him within your heart. Do you see him?
No. But I know what he needs from me. Move on, my darling. Find the peace that you so desperately want.
Goodbye, my love.
Viki?
Well, I suppose May was right. There must have been a misunderstanding. But the old man said... the old man wanted money for whiskey. This place is closed. It's boarded up, in fact. Here I am fussing about Clint, and he's probably with the rest of the townspeople raising a barn at the Robinson homestead. When will you ever learn, Virginia? Worrying about another woman's man is nothing short of foolishness.
Viki? Is that you? Viki, help me. Viki?